Hey everybody, this is Way to Fail, back with more Hearthstone free to EU, where we are going to be continuing just to kind of ramp up the account here. I'm going to be doing some quick look-ins on this account from time to time, just because it's fun after going through the Americas and kind of getting all the cards here. It's nice to start from scratch and have to do things over a little bit. So I am resting a little bit on my laurels of a pretty good arena run, because I've had some crappy arena runs since then. Still, I'm at 655 gold, which is fantastical. But the more important thing is that we're actually going to be working towards, and I know this is a little bit different from conventional wisdom, we're working towards getting Blackrock Mountain. And the reason that I want to get Wing 1 of Blackrock Mountain, which I'm almost there, not quite, but almost there. Nope, not that button. Is because we want Grim Patron, we want the Emperor, and we want Quick Shot from the adventure modes. Those things together, I mean, the Hunter deck is going to be very important with Quick Shot, but these two cards, pretty much all you're missing from a Grim Patron deck is Death's Bite, which is very important, but is pretty deep in Naxxramas, and just some other cards that can be created with Dust. So I'm going to be working towards a Warrior, but that's not what we're going to be playing today, and I appreciate you dealing with the introduction a little bit here. Let's just go to see what I got from my last arena run. I'm still pretty bitter about how it went, but I'm going to be playing Shaman today, which if you saw, Shaman is a class that I'm at level 1, so I do have to level this up, which is important, because some cards for Shaman are very, very good that you have to get from their Shaman, getting them quite a bit. But I did manage to pick up my first legendary on this account, which was from an arena run, which was Neptulon. Neptulon, not a top tier legendary, but still a good one. I'm definitely not going to dust it. I mean, it's a free-to-play account. You have to pick and choose what you dust a little more wisely than maybe if you're dumping a bunch of money in. And I don't really play Shaman on my America account, so this is pretty convenient here. So I'm going to be building eventually kind of a mid-rangey, get a bunch of minions, try and bloodlust the board Shaman deck. And I do actually have some pretty good cards. Actually, I think I can throw in a piloted Sky Golem in here somewhere. No, I don't have any of those yet. But pretty much what this deck is going to boil down to is trying to get a bunch of tokens on the board. You'll note that I don't have Bloodlust yet. But still, in these early ranks, being able to control the board with a lot of different stuff is still pretty nice. So you can see some mix-in of basic cards and not basic cards. I don't know if Ancestral Healing is really going to fit this deck very well, but we're going to put it in there anyway. Just because of all the aggro that I've seen so far. Now, there's some other decks that I will be playing here, but most of these are still just basic, trying to work their way around. Even the Hunter's pretty basic, and I'm only sitting on 200 dust. So that's one of the log jams just a little bit. And why I'm kind of leaning towards going towards a Grim Patron deck is kind of my first deck that I try and do some work with, is because as nice as Naxxramas is, and has some really good cards, if you're going free to play, you really want to try and get these two wings. But that's 1,400 gold. That's a lot. Haunted Creeper, Nerubian Egg, very good. Unstable Ghouls, useful. Loatheb, Sludge Belcher, very important. Then you get some pretty good adventure mode cards as well. But we're not there yet, so we are just going to go and see. This is a basic deck. We're taking into ranked. Rank 21 is where we're going to start running into people that maybe are just now saying, oh look, there's 10 days left in the season. So let's try and, I don't know, get off my butt and get the card back. I can get cake. Maybe. I don't have any more daily quests for today. So we'll see kind of how this goes.
Versus Jane.
No, and I'm this low, I still face some other people with basic decks, but we're not going to keep Wind Fury. Like I said, this is a very basic deck. We're not going to keep Shattered Sun Cleric. I'm just going to want to throw everything back. This is probably better, because I can always pass Totem. This is just going to be one extra blip of damage, or with the raid leader too. So it'll be interesting to see how it goes. Though, yeah, my last arena run was a mage. It was a pretty good mage, and then I ran into a buzz. Oh, that's interesting. Ran into a buzzsaw of 3 straight games where it was one game my opponent had Sylvanas and Ysera, and that didn't work out very well. The next game my opponent Unstable Portal Dr. Boom on turn 4, and Dr. Boom went 4 for 1 or 5 for 1 or something ridiculous. I even had a Shade of Naxxramas out, and Boombots just kind of laughed at it. And then the next game afterwards, I stabilized at 6 health, and then my opponent got a Sylvanas out, and that was that. So Neptulon on turn 7. It's Overload 3, but it still could be a good play here. I think probably what's going to be better to do is to try and get the Resurfin Hunter out and try and establish that early. My opponent may ping. This does set up a pretty good Yeti, possible Yeti Wind Fury turn too, which could be nice. Lots of things could be nice. But let's see if he pings or if he puts down something else. Yeah, just very lucky. It took me far longer to get my first legendary in North America. And that first legendary was Millhouse Manastorm. And then my second legendary was Millhouse Manastorm. So that was not the happiest I've ever been. So what else do we got? Still the ping, okay. That's smart. Well, since I have the taunt up here and I can save my hex, probably better just to play this first. I'm trying to think about my moves a little bit more here, because I'm going to be playing this turn 7. I want to kind of save some plays instead of just toteming. So we'll do this now. I'm going to be Wind Furying anyway. Let's bait out Blast here. Assuming my opponent doesn't want to actually play something on turn 4. Yeah, this is another time where I'm also like, hey, I could possibly get a webcam because that's kind of a side note here, sort of a channel thing. It's something this is just a complete taunt deck. That's not going to turn out very well for you, man. That's almost worth a hex, but I think this is too good of a Frostwolf Warlord. So let's do it. 7/7. I don't need to do anything with that just yet. Good Wind Fury Neptulon. That'd be a pretty good hello opener, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is a nice Wind Fury target. Could have potentially set up the Wind Fury raid later, but I wanted to establish the 7/7 while I could.
What to do? What to do?
So yeah, rank 21 still the wild wilderness of what happens in decks, but webcam's something I thought about getting. It'd be a good excuse for me to, hey, clean up the shit that's behind my computer desk, because there's a lot of stuff that has been cleaned up, but then you also turn your office into an actual office and things kind of pile up as well. So I'll be like, I see client information sitting around. It's like, can you really magnify my shitty webcam and read it? Good for you. And you're going for this. This is not going to be the best turn for you next turn. Okay, 2 hexes are good. Once again, I'm not leaving myself too much of a next turn play unless it's a hex. But the raid leader Wind Fury is just too good. Too much value. Alright, so 1, 2. I don't even think we get Neptulon out unless he Flame Strikes. And that's going to be 4 Murlocs. Which is kind of the downside of playing this on curve, is that you don't always get... Okay, mirror image, that's good. It means he's still alive. This is within fireball range. Almost might be worth it to drop the board just to break that, assuming he does fireball this down. Oh, there we go. That might be worth a hex. Or I could just run you into you. What value have I gotten from him so far? Not a ton. I mean, he can't kill this on its own. I think we just go face here. Just leave the 6/6 up. Because if it gets too nasty, I can always hex it. Of course, that just means he fire blasts this down. The safer move is to hex it and control my board. I mean, that's one of his big threats. And I think it's right to totem here instead of putting this down in case there is a flame strike. I guess it's okay to bore here. If I missed lethal, I apologize. Neptulon in my hand. Of course, thinking, what was I doing in Arena last night? I was so tired at one point that I forgot I was playing mage instead of priest and actually flame struck my face. Although in my defense, I was losing that game really hard. So there's the flame strike, and that's the ball game. Maybe. So didn't even get to pop the legendary, but if you can put your opponent down to 1, sometimes it's a better play to do so. Bloodlust! I get a card. We're gonna put Bloodlust in this deck right now. Alright. Did I not gain any Shaman experience for that? I should have. What do we take out? I think we take out Ancestral Healing. Wind Fury is another possibility to take it out. I mean, Ancestral Healing doesn't cost anything. Wind Fury can win games. I think given the theme of this deck, you want to go Bloodlust. Alright. Okay, so I got a little bit. Flame Tongue Totem. Yeah, it's like such key cards. Flame Tongue Totem, Bloodlust, Fire Elemental. I don't remember. I think Lightning Bolt's is a common card, not a basic card. Which is a little annoying. I wish I could set my arena to actually collect cards from the classic set instead of the Goblins vs. Gnomes set. But I mean, it's still so early. I just need cards regardless. Okay, so rank 20.
I must protect.
Could be anything. This is a horrible opening hand. This did move my curve significantly to the right. So we'll try and keep Bloodlust from being a dead draw. That's a little better. Especially if it's a ramp druid and he's not playing a lot early. Alright. Okay, that may just eat a Wrath. But it's too good to not go for the Zap-O-Matic into Shattered Sun Cleric. Is this going to be Wild Growth? Be kind of hopeful. Nope. It is not Wild Growth. Alright, that changes things a little bit. I don't think this is worth rock bitering, but not when I have this in hand. So let's just probably could have totem there and that would have been just as well, but trading a 2 for 2 plus he already coined it out means he probably has a subsequent drop he can use. And I don't want to... Okay, for some reason I thought this one was Overload, but I'm thinking of the 1 mana one that's Overload, that's 3/1, the Dust Devil. Alright. Really? You're gonna Wrath that? Or Moonfire that? Okay. Are you playing Malygos? Let's see here. I have the Rock Biter again, and I didn't have to throw that away, but
Don't mess with us.
this is the line of play that we've committed ourselves to just a little bit, so we'll see if we can trade up from this. I have very little Shaman experience, so maybe I should just be rolling my totems a little more. Really? Okay, we're going to punish that play. Alright. So I can trade up with the token creature. Because I want to save the Rock Biter for what I have in hand. It is very good of me to do that. So, looking back, turn 1 Rock Bitering into the Grunt was probably the better play. Wow, swipe, okay. Well, let's go ahead and get our tokens on the board and see if we can set up a decent next turn. Once again, interesting that I'm not toteming very much. I wonder if that's going to have a negative impact on my hand, because these totems can all do such work. I could have had more things on the board for my Frostwolf Warlord to consume.
Don't mess with Tusk.
Okay. Probably better to taunt here. Alright. I kind of want to roll the totem, but I think it's... Well, I'm rock bitering this guy. We're gonna go face. Is it the best play? Not really. We're gonna do it anyway. Right, let's go and take you down. And here's the moment where I remember it's +3 this turn. Derp. Instead of +3 permanent. Alright, so is that going to be a Keeper of the Grove? Yeah, now that I remember Rockbiter weapons just this turn, it's something I really should have known. Yeah, definitely should have taken the grunt out early, but if he's trading everything into this, I'll be okay with that, but he's not. That's got to be a Wrath or something. No. It's a bit worse for me. Alright, I hope I'm proud of myself, because I just dug my own grave. Oh look, Wind Fury. Suddenly Ancestral Healing looks like a better inclusion. That may have just saved the game for me. He had a much better board than I did. He definitely did not need to use Poison Seeds there. I don't know if he's just trying to run a mill deck or what. Alright, well. Probably the play is this. Good Taunt Totem.
The Frost Wolves stand ready.
And let's trade. Just gotta hope I don't run into a bunch of Iron Bark Protectors now. Or those. It's a waste of a Wild Growth. Oh good, you're at 10 mana fast with top deck skills. Okay, we're not Bloodlusting this turn. Or wait a minute, do we Bloodlust? So here, that's gonna be 9, 18... Damn. Just not quite yet. We got a totem. And it's a healing totem, so...
Handle it.
Alright.
For the Horde.
Be able to trade up all those anyway, so... Question is, does he run this into this guy? He needs to. He's not. Oh man. That just happened. Alright. Do I have lethal here? 9. Let's see here. No, it's here. 6 plus 6 is 12. Not yet. So let's roll a totem. Hope it's taunt. It's not taunt. That's okay. Double. Okay, double Wind Fury can be good. As tempting as it is to knock on the face here, it's probably better if I go take out the tiger, but he's going to have to trade for it eventually. and I can win next turn if I hit the face. Unless he top decks something crazy with his 10 mana. So that's just a waste of a wild growth there.
Pass me that arc-light spanner.
Okay. You got another healing touch in there.
The gates are open.
That sucks. Alright. We just go for the biggest board possible. Because we can't break that like this. Oh well. Just want all the totems. Thinking back that first turn, if I had just rock bitered the Frostwolf Grunt, I would have been in much better shape. Alright. Oh, thank you for going face here. You have just marked yourself for death. Alright. So if we Bloodlust, then we Wind Fury this. Roar, 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 you're dead.
Give me a minute.
I shouldn't have won this. And against a better player, I wouldn't have. But he didn't deal with my board, and that's Shaman. Win streak. Rank 20, I get cake. Alright. And no other levels yet, but let's see here. Once again, next card's Flame Tugtone. I think I got time for one more, so I'll probably hit level 4 here. You get 100 gold for getting all your basic cards. So even without the daily quest, I could get the Grim Patron stuff going on today. Because yeah, this isn't my real deck because I don't have some of the important basic cards.
Versus Jaina.
And again, some other
You
players don't
asked for
either.
it.
For Doomhammer.
Don't like this. But I guess in a mid-range Shaman deck, the question becomes, does, okay, this is a little better. Rockbiter Weapon, we will remember to use it effectively to clear things. But the question becomes, does Emperor fit in this deck pretty well? I think he would. Can I get Super Wind Fury by putting Wind Fury on this? I think the answer is no. Going on first turn.
Someday I'll be just like you.
See, now that it's rank 20, it's just going to be who the bleep ever I face. Almost just gave my opponent 3 attacks.
Elements guide.
Elephants guide me. There we go. This is going to be a nice turn 6. It's my first epic that I got. So far I've gotten cards that are pretty useful. Alright, so I stop Sunplay. We'll see if it's Mirror Entity or what. Stone Tusk Boar is not great. I do like that this has no... It's 3/2 Wind Fury for 2 with no overload. It's a little surprising. But I don't have things like Feral Wolves or whatever, so this is good. Unless it's a Freeze Mage. Usually Freeze Mages don't run Sorcerer's Apprentice, but I've seen enough YouTube videos to know that sometimes they will. So we're going to play like it's a Freeze Mage, and we're just going to try and put pressure. So Lord knows I don't have the answers if it's a Freeze Mage with all the fixings. This is just a basic deck. Alright. It's a good card. Alright. Okay. Well, we got some plays that we can make here. It looks like I probably shouldn't Wind Fury this, so if I play the Raid Leader, I can hit it with the Boar as well. That's what we have the Boars for, right?
I wonder. Handle it.
I mean, I could put down both Boars. just for the lulls. I kind of don't want to get an additional ceiling totem, so I'm just going to run both of these guys in. So if he wants to kill that totem, he can. Otherwise, like I said, it's probably going to be a Sludge Belcher this turn. No, mirror image. Okay. Doomsayer. Oh boy, that's going to be This is a good turn to have Wind Fury. Much better than Ogre. Because, for those of you that don't know the golden rule of Hearthstone, the golden rule is don't let the alarm bot live ever. Ever, ever, ever. Bad things happen when you alarm a bot. There we go. So, does he have Blizzard? Because this is a beautiful board, the Blizzard. No, it's, hello, friend. You're going to look mighty familiar. Actually, you know what? We don't even need to do that.
Well played.
Rah, rah. My favorite sounds from the days of my youth playing Warcraft 3 and Warcraft 2. Bloodlust! And we're done. So, rank 19. And I don't even have all my Shaman cards yet. Okay. Next card is Totemic Might, also known as We're Not Using It. But yeah, that's it for now. Like I said, just wanted to peek in a little bit and say this is what's going on with EU account up to almost got some level 10s here. Like I said, once you get all these to level 10, you'll get the whole shebang. And I still gotta level up my warrior if I'm gonna be doing a Grim Patron deck. But since I happened to open the Neptulon, which unfortunately we didn't get to see today, we'll be doing that. So I'm pretty sure replacing the raid. Oh, I actually had one raid leader in there. Oh, that's fine. Switching out the Reservoir Funder's fine. Probably. But yeah, there's the deck for now. You know, we're actually going to keep the Hunter and ditch a boar. 2 boars is too much. When we want extra tokens, it's like Token Shaman, especially if you can get the Bloodlust Flame Tongue Dream going. But almost basic, just the legendary and some other stuff. Didn't even need to get out any of my big hitters. If you notice from all the wins, it's pretty much just all the basic cards doing the work. But that's early ranks. That's Hearthstone. That's it for now. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Way to Fail. See you all next time with more RNG action. Take care.